8:35. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Richard Smith, Calibre Home Inspections, inspecting homes and protecting dreams. We have a little question and answer for all of you who want to just chime in and ask some questions. So I am wondering, did we have any particular questions this week? Alexis is here. So how are you doing, Alexis?
Good, good. Thanks for having me on. We did not have too many questions come up. I know we had one a while back about the like one that I didn't know, and now I'm not an inspector, but it was about a Studor valve. Could you explain a little bit about what that is and how people know if they have one?
How did a Studor valve come up during scheduling and inspection?
So, we do sewer scoping. Well, it came
Ah,
up because they were looking for the clean out valve on the outside of the house. Some
right,
houses apparently do not have those. I thought
right.
all of them had them, but
Well, they're all
apparently,
supposed to, you're right. Uh, a
oh, okay.
Studor valve, we have a Studor valve is just an air admittance valve. So the drain has a vent. Sometimes it's difficult to vent a particular drain, for instance, the kitchen sink is the most obvious place you would put a Studor valve, especially if it's on an island. Um, the island kitchen sink area, uh, you can't, the vent has to go up. So they usually go into the wall and then up the wall and then out the roof, and it draws air in for when you drain. So the drain doesn't glug glug when it drains. And you fill up your drain, and if there's no air to let it flow, it's like getting the Coke bottle, and you pour it, and it'll glug glug out as you pour it. But if you
Yeah.
poke a hole in the back of the bottle, it'll just pour out fast because the air admittance is taking the pressure off the flow of water.
Hmm.
So that's what a Studor valve is. Now, as far as using that in um, sewer scope, we look for there's many ways that you can get into the sewer to do the sewer scope. Typically, and the most convenient is outside um, at the sewer cleanout. That is, you take off the little, it's a big cap, it's a 4-inch cap, and you unscrew that, and then you put your scope down in there and you push it on through and look for obstructions and damage and so forth. But if they don't have one, or it's damaged, or you can't get into it without doing more damage, if the little kind of like the handle is broken off and you can't get into it, there's two other ways. If you can find a Studor vent, it's easier. Otherwise, it's taking the toilet off, and then, but that's an event. It's time consuming, and you need to replace the wax ring if you ever take the toilet off, and it's a little time consuming, and
Hmm.
there's always a potential of breaking the toilet when you're tightening it up. So we don't like to take the toilets off. It's an option. It costs more, just essentially because of time and then a little bit on materials. But the Studor valve, let's say underneath kitchen sink, something that you can unscrew and then get your scope down in there and take it through that drain, and then take it out to either the main sewer line or the septic tank. So that is a Studor valve. We
That's
actually,
never would have known it.
yep. I was putting my own house. I was finishing off my uh, room above the garage. They were putting a bathroom in there, and they had it was up against the um, outer wall, no, interior wall. So they were taking it up the wall, and then they were taking it to the back of the house to put the vent out on the back of the roof, which is kind of protocol. But the only way to get back to the back roof of the house was through an LVL, which is an highly engineered, laminated uh, beam that is not supposed to be cut or notched anywhere. And my plumber started drilling a hole through that. I said, "What are you doing? You don't cut through an LVL." He goes, "Yeah, they're hard." I said, "No, no, it's not. You just don't. They're engineered, and you can't destroy them." And he said, "How are we going to get the vent?" I said, "Put a little Studer vent on there." And he goes, "Oh, okay." So
That's not
uh,
super comforting to hear from your plumber, though.
I
Like,
know,
what if you didn't know?
I know. It was. It really probably wouldn't have hurt. It probably wouldn't have hurt the beam because he was going through the middle, and as far as forces go, it's a non-offensive place to put a hole, but no, man, you just yeah. So that plumber is not on my list of
Contractors.
contractors that I have on my referral contractor list. So um yeah, every once in a while you run into a contractor that might be smelling a little too much pipe dope. So uh so that's it about Studer vents. That's the only things I have to say about Studer vents. How much time do we have? No one else is joining us. Let's talk about
It's
something else.
8:45. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I have a my list of items, my maintenance checklist, maintenance tips for the house. I'm going to look up spring. Um, let's see if I can find any plumbing thing for spring because we can keep it on the same theme. Ah, yes. Your AC, this is probably the best time of year. It's your AC, everybody's starting to use their AC now. I think we're supposed to hit 83 or 84 degrees today. So um might get rain in the afternoon. Time to service your air conditioning unit. It's not plumbing, but one thing you can do as a homeowner to service your AC yourself is that condensate drain line. If you neglect it totally, it took mine 6 years to clog up and back up. They often clog up. And then hopefully it's designed so it spills over into the overflow pan and it'll catch it and drain out through another line, or it'll cut your AC off so you don't get water all over your ceiling. But it takes a little bit of bleach. It should be a cap. You just kind of, it's just a tension cap. You just twist it and it'll come off. It's not threaded, but you pull it off. Then you pour a little bleach or Drano, just half a cup, and watch it drain out the other side, and keep that line clear. What a heating and air guy will do if it does clog is they get a little compressor and they put a little stop air. Um, they tighten it up so they don't lose any air on the top part, and they just turn the compressor on and blow that line free and clear. So your condensate drains outside or into a proper drainage receptor. So there you go. There you have it. That is so today is the day full of plumbing, and that's all the tips we have, I guess, for today. It's going to be a little short, but there you have it. Join us Wednesday mornings at 8:30. I'm Richard Smith, inspecting homes and protecting dreams. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.